Probably some of them, which is the university is not able to have it. In society now, what's the difference between a university graduate, a university student, and someone who comes to university? There must be a difference. There are certain things that expect you to do at your level in the community. And they're calling upon you, please come and help solve this problem. You must be in a position to solve problems in your community. So start the community, learn it, get these needs, and see how best you can fit yourself. Very, very important. The other day, the university president told me that for them now that it will be community based. Because that's the community. That's what the community based. That means you must know the needs of your community. You are the ones who need to go. You are the ones who need to offer. You are the ones who need to go on you. Because we look at you as the problem solver. That get used to communities. Get to learn their needs and see how best to fit yourself in so many problems. So I know it's going to be a good day for us today as we listen to the team from Nkumba. And please, those values are not due to have at the back of your mind as listening to the professor and the team. And please, be part of the solution. The best thing was again, but always strive to be part of the solution. That's what we do most. Time for campaigns and nothing is over. We want now to move and move in the direction that is direction of growth. That's why their parents struggle so hard to be in school. Be a game changer. Be part of the change. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, our President, in this Development Forum. For just a few minutes, we are waiting for the people, the microphone to bring in, and also cannot run alone as academia. We have here an office, the education office, which we work a week, and we almost expecting the principal education officer to come and speak to us. Maybe we have some more data, please, as well for the education officer coming. Energizer, please, musicians. We don't have anyone who can have something. Please, MPP, the big talk is full. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. President, Academia, MCS, and the teachers by consulting and the primary school. Initially, I told you that then here we do our look at the opportunities to bring them closer to our people within our town. Is a law to ensure that our people have, and what we are witnessing today is the one behind it. Our president was seen that we bring in institutions around within the entire municipality. We have Nkumba University, who is aviation college. We also expect who is aviation college, Bolivia. So Principal Education Officer. Allow me to invite as we wait for the Principal Education Officer to come and address us, allow me to invite a team from Nkumba University to open up their presentations. Madam Belga, you're most welcome.
Welcome all of you here. We are taking up the time off to come and attend this invitation, and we are looking forward to the questions that we will meet today. I have a team with me coming from Nkumba University, and we are here to tell you all about what takes place at Nkumba University. We would like you to join us. Please get the time here as you listen to us. We have different schools, faculties that offer different courses. Attend us to fit the needs, given the different background where you come from and the schools that you have been attending to. So we are going to do this from the different schools and departments. Please listen to them as we shall also welcome a question session where you can ask about anything that you want to know about. The Dean of School, Business Administration and ICT, to tell you about what takes place in the business education. Thank you very much. In the time, we are with us today to speak about business education.
Somebody from ICT, but there's something to that. Yeah. There could be something to probably differentiate.
Please, dear friends, make sure that your mask is put right. Code is 0. You want to leave this place when you're all safe. Good morning, sir. See my PowerPoint presentation that will take you through the different programs that we have the School of Business Administration and Information Technology. Maybe to start with, what is senior 4 and senior 6? All of us on this side were at one point in time graphics. And we went through future on trying to make certain decisions on what you wish to become in the future. And I am really grateful to NBA, the municipality, for giving us an opportunity to come and clear those doubts. I'll also start by saying that as a university and looking at the world today, it has dawned on us that we need to create a balance between theory and practice. And like it is said, that you have the value of any qualification is said in your practical abilities, what you can do, the kind of value you can put forward, how you can practice, put the knowledge learned, and put it to better practice. So our programs at the School of Business Administration are designed to fulfill that component of theory and practice. Our programs are also designed using an inclusive approach, and that is why today we intend to finalize or to mark a very important milestone between the municipality and the university. An inclusive approach that involves our stakeholders, that involves business as well as academia. So I'm quickly going to take you through some of the programs that we have at the school. And the intention here, and as the other deans will also present, is to present new programs that we believe will continue to be relevant today and in the next 5 years. There is no point for you to take on a 3 years qualification, which upon completion you will have found to be outdated. And that is why we emphasize theory and practice and try to make sure that we are also in touch with the stakeholders so that they can update us on what are the needs in business, the private sector, and in the public sector. I'll start by taking you through some of the opportunities that we have at the School of Business Administration and Information Technology. We have postgraduate degrees, we have PhDs, we've got a Master's in Business Administration, Master's in Taxation Management, Procurement and Logistics Management, Masters of Management, Masters in Information Technology. However, for this audience, the intention is not to hold you down with this postgraduate, but if we have some within or relatives that do not know what to do, how to progress with their first qualifications, Nkumba University, and particularly the school, has certain programs that are tailored to meet the needs of today and tomorrow. I will take you through the bachelor's degrees. And I'll start with one of our qualifications, which is a Bachelor in Business Administration. We have got a Bachelor in Business and Information Technology. We have a Bachelor of Computer Science. We have a Bachelor of Information Technology, Human Resource Management, Clearing and Forwarding Management, Procurement and Logistics Management, among many others. We even have a Bachelor of Records and Information Management for those who would like to fulfill some processes within the office structures. We also have diplomas. In the university, we accommodate not only those who may have made points for a bachelor's, but we also accommodate those who have sufficient points for a diploma. With the hope that there is vertical progression, that on completion of this diploma, you have the right to advance into the bachelor's. We also have certificate programs, and my interest in certificate programs is to give an opportunity to the senior leaders who are here. Do we have any senior leaders? Or certificates are delivered by the school, but are examined by the Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board, which is the body that is responsible for the examination of these national certificates. So we moving a bit away from giving the opportunity to those ones who may have fulfilled the points or the admission requirements for the bachelor's, but taking it down further to say, even at senior board, if you have the requirements, you still have an opportunity to take on some of these programs. And I'll take you through all of these programs and also highlight opportunities are not all, it's just a nutshell in brief of what are the major opportunities you can get out of your sweat over the 3 years if you complete in record time. If you look at the degrees, the office of the academic register should actually be highlighting what are the expectations, but if you look at your transcripts, for somebody to join us on the degree program, you would need to have at least 5 passes at O level, which is senior 4. I don't know if you're able to see there, but I'll speak to what is on the board. And then at least 2 principal passes at O level. So if you look at your transcript, at least it should give you that if you intend to take part in some of the degree programs. If you intend to take part in the diplomas, you should at least have 5 passes at O level. You should have at least 1 principal pass, depending on your combination, and 2 subsidiary passes if you intend to do the diploma. And if you intend to do the certificate, then at least you should have 5 passes at O level, which is senior 4, and 3 subsidiary passes at A level. The national certificate is open to the senior 4 leaders, which ideally should have at least 5 passes. When you approach the university, and particularly the office of the academic registrar, then such clarity is given on what are the requirements and what can be done. That is not going to be so much of my area, but my area is just also to teach some of the programs that I have. Now, business administration in various institutions can also be stretched to mean Bachelor of Commerce and so on. But what is more important is in the combination. And you join our program and you want to do business administration. Like I said, business administration gives you knowledge on the business principles and practices. I'm not going to speak into where we find ourselves in Uganda, in Africa, and even in Nigeria, but suffice to say that if you take part in this program, you get knowledge and principles that will help you to navigate various commercial enterprises, whether private or whether public. I have talked about the theoretical and practical abilities that it gives you, but once you do business administration, you realize that you are equipped with the kind of knowledge to navigate business processes. You are able to manage enterprise resources. You are able to run an organization efficiently. When I came in, I saw some progress on entrepreneurship, and that is the way to go. And as an institution, as a school, we also have a lot of emphasis emphasis on the qualification in entrepreneurship, which will be discussed, which you have application thereof. That qualification is really quite important because you see, many times when you do business administration, you may not necessarily be an entrepreneur because people start their businesses, sometimes do not have these skills. So it's an opportunity for somebody who does business administration to come and breathe life into these commercial enterprises and make them run effectively because you have all the knowledge. Business administration does not limit you to one particular sector. It actually stretches in all sectors, whether it is health, whether it is hospitality, whether it is marketing, it's able to stretch. You are equipped with the skills. You can function, you can make things work better in whatever enterprise that you find yourself in. It usually takes about 3 years, and usually the third year you have an opportunity to specialize. You may decide to specialize in management, you may decide to specialize in accounting, you may decide to specialize in banking and finance if you want to work in that environment. You have all that opportunity at in front of you. If we look at the career opportunities, this is just a few, and I'm certain. I'm also proud. I was actually excited when I heard the president of FBA mentioned that I think one of the children at Nkumba. Nkumba has been around for more than 25 years and has contributed a lot to business, even to the public sector. You find some of the relatives, your uncles, your parents have actually gone through this. I'm usually happy when I walk into, say, banking, and I'm served by one of the former students of Nkumba University. It's a very good thing. It actually means that the kind of qualifications that we have are relevant. Otherwise, if we did not have that, then maybe we are going to be complaining. But what is important is for us to notice that our environment is constantly changing. And like the president has mentioned, COVID, for instance, has had an impact on us. It has affected us. It has pushed us to move away from, for instance, face-to-face training to online, using online platforms. You can see we all do 5 years ago, all the time. These are some of the things that we are really not in control of. And because of that, we also make the necessary changes in the programs that we have. If you took part in business administration with areas of specialization, end up as an accountant or a manager in different sectors, or you participate in marketing or editing, or for instance, a financial analyst, financial advisor, if you want to take banking and finance, and so on, and also an entrepreneur that actually should be emphasized with a lot of importance. We move to information technology, and it's not news to us that in as much as we probably find ourselves, and correct me if I'm wrong, we probably the first industrial revolution that we have to the fourth industrial revolution. And you can see that we can't run away from technology. As much as our infrastructure may not be kind of qualification will open you up and keep you relevant even in so many years to come. For those who have smartphones, I'm certain you can use for what you have. There are so many platforms that you utilize that some of us may not know. Behind this are people who may have taken part in information technology or computer science. Our vice chancellor here is also a guru in that area, and I think if he's given a minute, he will shed some light on some of those qualifications. Some of the qualifications we have there include business information technologies, computer science, we have networks and system administration, And we also have information technology. Right here, all these technical qualifications are cascaded down to the diplomas and certificates. That's why you find that I may not be repeating myself. So for every bachelor's here is equally represented downwards with the diploma and the certificate depending on your admission requirements. Now, if you took part in this kind of qualification, you will find yourself dealing with computers, dealing with issues within the computer environment, dealing with network and administration issues, dealing with securities. These days, information is quite valuable to many organizations, so you find that you need this kind of qualification to be able to. Let's just raise up and welcome everyone to the mayor. This very high person will be expanded and the owner donation of anthem will take up our seats. I'm just going to tell the one people and I think we will understand that. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. We take up our seats. At this point, last year time, let me just invite the head president to have a word and welcome our wish, the mayor, to address us.
I'll get you one before.
Fellowship, the mayor of the Municipal Council. First Chancellor University and the chair elected. Members of MDF who are here. Our dear students from the various corners of the show started. Allow me to closely join me. Welcome the mayor, please. Today is a good day in which we will the Municipal Council, because it is the first time the Municipal Council is having interaction with the university. It's not fast from us. As a beginning of the long journey, the cooperation, the long journey of building for the future, the long journey, making sure that we all moving towards making it possible for the community to enjoy the life of
So we check out.
For us to prepare, people who can do women from the different corners of Entebbe that make up Entebbe municipality, and there are still 6 rivers in transition to university. We are here to learn more about how they can be able to work and move towards such institutions and university. And we are there to learn more about the systems and the programs of university. We are very grateful because the first time is happening in our municipality. I want to say thanks about the mayor. The time we have discussed with him on various platforms, also in meetings, he has shown a lot of cases to grow in David
which is making it a hub for people who can help others in terms of skilling. That has always been his very good thing. And when we are going to hear about this program, it was very, very happy because that is, as if whereas is one of the things is having contributed. But this time, we is here to see the path of what we are doing along long before. So Mayor, that's good. And we are very good to be touching this moment because that is one of the areas which you think are going to help us to prepare and to better standards. Before I let the mayor to speak to us, I want to request that also come the principal government officer until it's started, and also to
allow me, I need to request you, I'm requesting you to allow me to remove my mask so that you can hear me well. Those sitting there, those present here, allow me to do the demonstration of welcoming very important training. My name is Nkumba Sarah. This is to honor appreciation of the value of the very important training. So yesterday I was interacting with the president and his executive. He briefed me about this training. I think has kick-started today. Allow me to take this opportunity to extremely thank the members that have organized this training. I know at the end of the day, at this time of us make a difference in our lives. I know today is career guidance training. That's what I was doing yesterday. And I know we already have the session of that I'm going to take us forward. And I'll just request new members who are here. I was told that we can get invited to this members. And I know that I'm going to be very attentive because this is going to come on for all will be here. So be very attentive and I know it will help you. I don't have more to say to you, but I will do one from the contract. You don't need to be last here, but you have another meeting that has been. I also requested that I will leave our meeting that I have sent. Otherwise, I want once again to thank India, the president and the executive, for organizing this training. And also I want to take this opportunity to thank Nkumba University, who are taking first, so want to support us well in changing municipalities. Nkumba University and the Department of Education Department, and the North is actually, of course, with two without the support in Kenya. I know we have the interest into it, and I know we want to see our students progressing in the future. Students, you are most welcome. I'm just pushing you to be very attentive, and listen very attentive. Is bringing for you. I remember when I was still a student, of course, we had such conversations, and we had no time people who guided us, and I think that's why I'm now in this institute school. If it wasn't the guidance of the fund and ordinary people, maybe I would outrage the world and rush. But because I was given the guidance, I guess I made the right choice. This world today, the same here as the institute officer. So
have been helping you, we have been forcing you because we know that the future more, the architect more, we want you to make them and serve us. So the voice of country, particularly from the men, I want to question you, be very sensitive, be very attentive as we go through. Thank you so much. Everyone who was able to attend and you can take time here. Thank you so much for sharing our invitation of India and Nkumba University. Thank you so much. We love this. Very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Officer. We are not what the people from police. Sarah? They also come to join us. Thank you so much. Just for the interest, the worship is the Nkumba University. No, that's some of you.
I know, that's why I asked. You're giving even part of our people.
Thank you. Yeah, you know how to do it. Part of our MDF group. I have just the MDF members stand up. Those are here. MDF members, yes. Yes. The same as for council.
Oh, I stand up with those, don't I?
So, yes, I just want you to know what is in this group, and we would like to just see further time, further more time. Yes, I don't salary. I want to request the mayor to now speak to us. The worship ministry.
The Vice Chancellor, Nkumba University, President MDF, all members of the council, and your team, sir. The most important people here today, the students, I beg your indulgence if you'll allow me to take off the mask. Otherwise, I'll keep sounding like a ninja, don't I? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fabrice Rudeda. I'm the mayor of Nkumba, and I'm happy to be in the room. I should have probably gotten a tent and used the downstairs, but yes, let's make do with what we have. First of all, I want to thank the MDF and Nkumba University for doing this. I come from a background of confusion. Yes, I really do. I went to flight school in the US, then went to med school in China, and today I'm a politician. Is that a lot of confusion? I'm in law. That happens. I really wish. Oh, there we go. So before I speak, I'll let the town clerk say hello. Just say it's
Supposed to be here. Supposed to be here when the time that all of other meetings spoke up with Tanzania. Nkumba University, area.
Yes.
For this engagement, we started the journey, which I think will be very good for all of us, the community of Australia. I just want to wish you a good engagement today, and we have an excellent day.
Planning to take over the road. Yes, so as I was saying, I wish I'd had this kind of guidance. How many of you know what you want to do? The students. Actually, no, hold on. There are big people here. How many of you are doing exactly what you wanted to do? Okay, 1, 2. Listen, no, your hand was like this. So no. So you have 2 people out of about 10 adults, right? Don't feel bad that you don't know what you want to do right now. You should. Look at your interests. And let me be honest with you. Your interests and your ability have to match. What's funny is today, so I'll give you a brief story. When I finished, I went to secondary school. I went to Cambodia Secondary School, finished, I went to Ghana, I finished my high school. Then I went to the US. When I went to the US, I went to flight school. My father was a pilot, so he had decided I'm going to be a pilot. I'm a firstborn, so he had decided what I was going to be. So I went. I was good at it. But honestly speaking, much as I did flight school, that's not what I wanted to do. It was fun. And that was it. I didn't see a career in it. I didn't see myself locked in a cockpit the whole day. I didn't see myself having once a week to be free. But that once a week can find you in Japan. Okay? So when you come home, you're still on duty. And I've grown up without my dad around. Andrew Wotagi here has been my neighbor since I was a child. I can assure you he doesn't know what my dad looks like. That's the interesting part. Everyone in Ethiopia knows, oh, they actually now, many of them know him as Fabrice's dad. So that's interesting. Instead of me being his son, people now know him as my dad. So Captain Kato, most people here can't even tell you what he looks like. And that's most pilots here. The pilots, the flight attendants, are not discouraging you. But yes, I come from a family of a dad was a pilot, my mom was a flight attendant. So yeah, I know, right? So it was obvious I was going into aviation. So when I was at school in the US, I decided throwing a degree in international relations with my flight school. Then I realized something. I was actually good at dealing with people. So I said, okay, fine. When I came back, my dad wanted me to work. I said, no, you know what? I think I also want to do med school. So I went to China. My 4th year of med school, I dropped out. Do you know why? Do you know why? I was confused. I realized, honestly speaking, much as I was good at school, people think passing is the only key. I did have the passion for it. You can imagine what my parents went through, right? They were livid, they were mad. Everyone judged, talked about it this morning. I came home and started, guess what? A communications firm. I did communications and I did business development without studying it. And I turned out to be really, really good. So if I cut that, I went to school for that, which was my passion. I would have cut a lot of time that I wasted schooling and focused on that. So don't beat yourself up if you don't know what you want to do. These good people here are here to guide you. Your interests, your passion, and your ability have to match. The mistake we make is because professor here, when it comes to your village, they say, Professor Mutumulene, you want to be a professor. Just because they say in your family, the doctor is respected, you have to be a doctor. You also have to accept your capacity and your ability to be that, isn't it? It's like some of us here, you know very well you can't be a soldier. Me, I have a big mouth. Now the soldier they would arrest you because they told you do this, I asked them. If the soldier was not supposed to do that, to finish you. So you know that okay, my ability to be a soldier, that discipline, I don't have it. You understand? Some of you want to be engineers, yet your mathematics Zero. You say, you know what? Don't look for what? And don't let anyone tell you that there is a bad profession. I've seen parents discourage their children from being teachers. Without teachers, we would not all be here. Even you would just finish S6, without a teacher, you would not be here. I actually don't believe that our government is doing enough to promote teachers. Our teachers need to be appreciated, our teachers need to be promoted and elevated. Because even the minister, even the doctor, even the engineer, hell, even the soldier has a teacher, isn't it? That trainer is a teacher, isn't it? So we need to understand that there is no bad profession. It is about your passion, it is about your interest, and also your ability to push. I'm thankful that Nkumba University has decided to grant us a bit of, I'll keep pushing until we get to a bigger portion to allow us ease education. To sit with our VC when we're done with this and take a master's at least in something that my passion is in. So I want to give the team that is joining next year, I will be leading into the university. So it's a little bit easier for me and I will not give you the head. So wish you guys a good day. Ask. There's no silly question, there's no stupid question. Your question is your question. Ask them, get correct, and show you the way. For those of these people that are Kubo, and then they put you on a path, they will not walk into you, but they can guide you. And don't get discouraged if down the road the path you've taken is not the one that's meant for you. You can change, you can adapt, you can add, you can subtract. But the key here is to make sure that you get to where you go. I want to thank you all for coming. And Dr. VC, if you will follow me, we'll go sign this MOU, and then you can come back and talk to these amazing people. The guys in uniform, you look amazing. You make me want to go back to fly. I do miss the uniform. That part I do. These ties are, the coats are suffocating. But yes, you look amazing, and I hope you can inspire someone here today to join you guys on your journey. I thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you very much, our mayor. I just request the team, we are back again to the council chambers for signing the MOUs. Then we shall have to proceed. Yes. I'm just requesting that the news councillor, please, I give you an opportunity to have a word as we get back. We are just signing a document because the mayor is leaving. So take it from my office. We are going up for that. Thank you very much. Before the mayor goes,
Yeah, they can come.
my name is Joseph Wilson, chairperson. We thank the Nkumba University for cooperating with us. The host thank you, Mayor.
Okay, see you. For those of you who want to get in touch, my number is 0781. Let's start again. 7 8 1 0 8 3 7 1 9. Did you get it? Yes. Did everyone get it? If you didn't get it, there's someone else shouted yes. So you can get from up. All right, have a good day.
Thank you very much. The mayor of the city. Welcome all of you who are here. I want to serve kids who are smart, who came from the private school.
I won't say much. I have to read my masses that you can see me very well. We present all the youth in the table first day. Whatever you need at the municipal council, we operate from down there at the office of the city hall. Whoever wants, we still have some batteries. Here you and now we are able to Nkumba University. Thank these people so much for coming here. And we are also, in a way, we are planning to go to them as the youth committee so that we can talk to them. And please, if you want to come, please allow us to operate. We have a lot of things to do with the youth in terms of skilling, IT. We have already got sponsors from Sweden who wants to come and they want us to be organized. After being organized, they want to come and help us with computers or knowledge about IT. And with this, we hope Nkumba University.
And with this, I hope Nkumba University will also provide some knowledge about IT, because now it is the number one issue that is in the country. Mosaic likes IT so much, government is promoting people, is telling people to join IT a lot. And for sure, we are looking forward to get some people from you who can come to the community, guide some of our youth. And also, we have this side of skilling in terms of hardworking things. Again, we shall have to use the help. Anytime we shall be coming. Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Nkumba, the Study Council Chairperson.
Thank you, Chairperson. The very one quality that we really applaud business administration, which you will find that is included in our program leadership. The rest of us, we should always also take that opportunity to become leaders in our own rights. So we have to keep sanitizing this microphones. His Worship the Mayor has already almost summarized or given a lot of significance to what we are discussing. So we are not the first ones who have found ourselves confused. Myself, I've also been confused. But this is an opportunity, especially when you gather information and then you use that information to make a very informed decision. Sometimes you think you have made the right decision, and 3 years down the line, you realize, but I think that was not the decision. There's emphasis of interest, emphasis of talents that you have, something that you really want to do with passion. So in ourselves, I bring forward the kind of programs that we have, which I believe would interest some of us if you're interested in IT. But as I see in the coming future, I think we cannot get rid of this. It is come and it's not about to leave us. So in whichever sector that you find yourself, you may find it important to have some knowledge around this kind of programs. If you look at some of the career opportunities I've already emphasized, you can be an information system manager, you can deal in security, you can do computer networks, architect and design, you can do system analysis, you can become a programmer, you can be a web developer. There's just so many. You can be a cyber security consultant. Especially these days, you hear organizations struggling around the information that has been hacked, issues of security, banks being hacked. This kind of information, these days we hear a lot of data mining. There's a lot of data there. So if you take part in some of these programs, you are given the opportunity to understand that and to see how you utilize those skills to solve corporate solutions. If you are in information technology, you find yourself dealing with hardware and software. These are components that you get to learn when you check on the program, and it takes you about 3 years. And you find yourself good at it, you decide to progress to a master's and to a PhD if you want to go into academia and share the same knowledge with young students. The other program that I would like to bring to your attention is human resource. It has been around and it's not about to go anywhere, but human resource basically deals with the management of people within an organization. You had our worship saying he seems to be very good. He realized that actually he's good with people. Now, in an organization, every organization will have the HR unit, and the HR unit will deal with a couple of functions, including training and development, including recruitment, all the functions that are expected, you know, of the employees within an organization. This kind of qualification is equipped to give you that. Issues of compensation, to name but a few. We have procurement and logistics management. It's also a very important function around business, which requires you sometimes to stretch and smoothen business processes. When you talk about procurement and logistics, we are looking at the functions that deal with supply chain and value chain, the acquisition of raw materials, purchasing of these raw materials, and certain things need to add value. For instance, transportation, warehousing, storage. These are the kind of issues that we deal with. So if you take a qualification in this area, you will be benefiting an organization in able to, especially now that we are growing. Uganda as a small unit, but we realize it. We move to the southern market. We look at Comesa, we look at, I mean, even international, we go beyond the border. So we realize that this kind of qualification equips you for that. Transportation along, not only road transport, water transport, air transport, these are the kind of information that you get if you do procurement and logistics management. And this is a very important function, actually. The kind of opportunities there also include, for instance, a logistics manager. These days we have, you see trucks coming all the way from Kenya, from Tanzania, delivering certain goods to certain places. When you look at all that, we actually think that's logistics there. Yeah, that is logistics. When we are for your business, you realize you're tapping into supply chain, that is procurement. So if your organization is trying to look for, there's so many raw material that you need, maybe you want to produce something, but there are some that are probably more expensive or in terms of quality. So somebody who deals with this will think, where are the sources? Where can we get that product at a much cheaper, you know, price and bring it and add value to it? So this is the kind of thing that we're talking about. In terms of value chain, you realize mango fruits. But industries are now set up to add. That is why you find those orange or this is a mango and so on and so forth. I don't want to bore you with all this information. Clearly, if you are from Entebbe, you are certain that we have an opportunity, for instance, at our airport here, where you take part in clearing and forwarding of management as an agent, import and export. This is the kind of qualification that opens you up. So if you are your first call of employment is actually within the municipality that is going to become a city not so long. For those ones who would like to make sure that people function in offices, function smoothly, and processes are running well, we have office management. Now, office management will involve keeping of records, managing processes within an office. You're talking about our secretaries, you're talking about our record keepers, you're talking about those who perhaps want to work in library information science. To keep some of this information, you're talking about executive assistants, administration assistants. This qualification opens you to that. Maybe you are not the kind of person who would like to be out in the field. You would like to work within an office setting. This is an opportunity for you. It cascades down from the bachelor's, it goes down to the diploma, it goes down to the certificate. When you pass that, there is not progression. If you fulfill the requirements of the certificate, you can progress up to the diploma, you can progress up to the bachelor's. You can even go to a master's. So this qualification also should take care of those who are interested in office management. I want to talk about the national certificates, and that will be one of my last slides. The reason for this is these national certificates are geared to skills. Even at senior 4, you can still have some of these qualifications that I've already talked about. At Nkumba, we are licensed by National Council of Higher Education to offer these programs, but there is a body that is responsible for examining you, and it's a body that is established. That's why it's called the Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board. You sit exams from this board at the end of the year. Now, some of the qualifications include the National Certificate in Accounting. You get your National Certificate in Accounting, sufficient skills for you to function within the business enterprise. Your business administration, I've already talked about, you get the necessary skills. We have human resource, we have clearing and forwarding management. For those who are interested in computers, hardware, there is computer maintenance and repair. You take that certificate and you are at least able to start that. Maybe you want to go the artisan route. Okay, maybe you don't want to go the academic route, you want to go the artisan route. You get this skill and you are able to start your small business where you can deal with computer maintenance and repair. Yeah, Marcus, I think that brings me up. There's just a few left. Sorry, I've forgotten that. The procurement and logistics, which I've talked about, information and communication management, and information systems, and the last one, records and information management. So that also comes down to the national certificate. So if you are senior 4, you've got somebody who has completed senior 4 and probably does not see way forward. These are some of the qualifications that you can introduce to the youth, and from there they can find their way. At least on completion can earn you some income. The modern work environment, which is our reality, will require a student who has those skills. A student who has got analytical skills, analytical thinking. Our modern organizations now require you to continuously learn. You can't stop. It's continuous. You have to adapt to new technology. You have to adapt to e-learning. You have to adapt to so many things that you need to put in place for you to continue to be relevant. So it is not a once-off thing. You need certain human skills like creativity, originality, taking the initiative, critical thinking, persuasion, negotiation, some of the qualifications I've talked about. For instance, in procurement, you need to be somebody who has got very good negotiation skills. You need to be a strategic. You need to, yes, you need to be able to solve complex problems. So these are the kind of skills that we need in the modern and future work environment for you to continue to be updated all the time. You also need emotional intelligence, and that is why I applauded our youth leader, and I know some of us are also leaders in our own rights. You need to have some leadership skills, right? You need to have some social influence, the ability to influence people around you, society, and lead them in a certain direction. These are certain skills that you take out of the program. So when you look and interact more with the school, you realize that when we break down the different course units that you have to do for a certain qualification, you realize that all these course units actually give you these kind of skills that we're talking about. But this is not conclusive. There is more that you need. And closing short, I'd like to say that when you have an opportunity like this one, first of all, you took the right decision to come and attend this. And I'm hoping that after this, at least you have one qualification that will have excited you, that you want to maybe get more information, register, and pursue. When you get an opportunity to come to the university, you are given a platform to immerse yourself in all activities, all programs, all whether academic or non-academic. You never know where the world takes you. You just had the worship the mayor who started as a pilot, went into medicines, and only realized that his ability to be a good communicator is what he's pursuing now. So sometimes these activities, these associations that we have at university are actually very important because they start to give us and make us realize the abilities that we need to know about. I thank you for listening to me, and I look forward to you joining the School of Business Administration. And for any questions, points of clarity, I also did not come alone. I have one of my HODs from this very same place. She's a lawyer, by the way, from Nkumba municipality. This is Robina Waribe. She's also open to share with you certain questions if you find yourself comfortable to speak to her. She's also got a lot of information. I said she's a lawyer, and she's happy. I thank you very much. We can do it better. Let's have another round of applause. We recognize among us, we have the speaker, honorable speaker, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Roman Stewart. He is a teacher, and he heads the private teachers initiative within a seated. I think I'm waiting for the MC to arrive. Let's take questions. I don't know whether the professor moved on, but I think we have a competent team that will handle. We are taking through the whole host of offers from Nkumba University, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's have, I think, questions, or if you want more clarifications, if you are touched somewhere, somehow, let's see from this point, then they will be able to respond reliably. And I can just put up your hand if you want to ask anything, then they will competently respond. Okay. Or maybe other things present, then we shall be able to answer or to ask questions at once, because you'll be interested in another line of life, but then we are privileged that they are all present. Now let's give this opportunity to the field of education. Someone was telling me that teachers always show direction but don't reach there. Reach away because we are the person make us school, yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, I can design. Oh, okay. Let's do the field has a design and career prospects. You are not welcome, sir.
Good morning once again. I am Charles Wangakwa from the School of Commercial Industrial Art and Design, which I hate. Obviously, I'm an artist by training, but somehow, somewhere, before I even took the formal training as an artist, I was oriented into that. And thank God, for me, I was not confused right from day one. But I must say that I was lucky not to be confused. I discovered myself right from childhood, and my parents supported me. I think that is very, very critical. My parents were oriented to do something else. One was an agricultural scientist, another one was a housewife. But once I realized the art orientation, they supported me, gave me paper, gave me colors, and they allowed me to mess the house the way I wanted. So, when I was completing my senior six, there are these forms I think you have also filled there. The name Jeb or Jab is relatively new to me. In my time, I don't know what we call them Jab or Jeb or whatever. But my first choice, art, and my second choice was law. I was not confused, but I said, whatever comes anyway, for me, my choice is art. So I trained as an artist. Today, some of you possibly have attempted art at some point, maybe at O level or at A level. But what I want to emphasize is that every one of us here can potentially do art. Think about, can I draw, can I mold, can I color? All of us here can. You know, the only difference is that there are people who have a slightly higher ability arts, just like it happens even in other professions. You hear people are saying, you want to be an engineer, but the mathematics is a gray area. So there are some added advantages that come with a profession. Number two, before I even go into the details, is there a future as an artist? Is there a career? Are there career prospects? The answer is yes, because we live with arts everywhere. The moment you enter a house, you encounter arts. The moment you go into the bathroom, at least in the house you live in many universities, architecture is actually Essentially, if you're able to express yourself visually, you can draw, you can color, you can use fabric to create something. Think about it. You might actually be an artist who just needs to be nurtured. Okay? Then when it comes to design, design essentially is your ability to organize something from disorder. These chairs here, for instance, I'm just giving a plain example of design. If chairs were looking the other side and others that one, and using your logic, you put them in order, you put them in line, you give them a certain information. That is an aspect of design. But of course, it goes beyond when it comes to the profession of being a designer. There are certain other aspects that come into play. I mentioned already where we find art in almost every aspect of our lives. We find art in homes, in compounds, in buildings, the most beautiful cities or towns in Uganda, partly because it has been designed properly. Okay? Now, under all those programs, I want to give a few details. As I said, you may not have or realize that you have the ability to draw, but you have the ability to imagine. And one of the tools you can use as an artist is the computer. Okay? I'm saying here, computer-aided art, and there are many things that you can do with the use of the computer as a tool. Some of you are interested in watching films, what we call animated films. Now, animation is simply about using pictures, but which can move, right? Cartoons, animated pictures, and many others. Anyway. So, once you get into that area, I cannot draw, but I can download an image, maybe from a computer, and give it life. Computer-aided art. Okay? These days, we need to network. In a company, some of your parents, some of your relatives are running businesses, but we need to reach out to the world. And one of the areas which is helping people to market is web design. That is all computer-aided work, right? Now, in that particular area of computer-aided art and design, what career prospects are there? I think that's where we can focus. You can become a graphic designer. You work with the publishing industry, the print media industry. There is, for instance, a media company, I think it's called the Times. I've seen it. Yes. You go there as your designer. You present the information you give you so that it is attractive to the audience. You can go into other media houses. You can become an advertising artist or a designer. Work under computer-aided art and graphic design. You can become a video editor. These days, it's a big industry. with music, with film. There is a channel, I think on ESTV, Pearl, something, Pearl Magic, you know, people act. But behind what they do, there is an artist who organizes their image, video editing. So that is just an example. You can become an art and design editor. Still, I mentioned about animation and so on. You can become a communications manager. The power to talk, but in addition, to enhance your communication with images. Okay? You can as well become a design educationist. The other program that I need to bring to your attention, of course I mentioned it at diploma level, is interior and landscape design. Believe me, right now, one of the biggest industries in Uganda is the housing industry. Real estate, everywhere, construction. And some of these companies, what actually do, they create what we call shell houses and they market them at that level. They build the house, put a roof over it, and then they market that you want. Okay? Of course, companies work differently. There are those that sell condominiums. You buy and rent a complete flat somewhere, but that is what actually happens. Now, that is when an interior designer comes in handy. After the architect and the engineer have done their work, the interior designer comes in to give it the appeal according to the client's wish, right? So that is an area that image indicates our students to go out on internship because we at a certain point, we send and we actually practice with them. Okay? So, and by the way, this particular program is not for boys only. Boys and girls, right now, we have more female interior design students than boys. You do not believe it, but it's true. Okay? You may go into furniture design. Okay? That is part of the interior design profession. You may go into landscape. A while ago, I mentioned the beauty of interior. Okay? Yes, you design a road for cars and people to move home. And at the same time, you make it aesthetically appealing, such that it is interesting. I've walked through a number of roads and streets in interior. They're quite nice. It's because someone out there is doing the landscape design work. Okay? Now, careers in interior and landscape design include the following. You can become a structural designer, such as people who build finishes using gypsum boards, concrete, stone, and so on. You may focus on doing paint work. Okay? You may go into furnishing design and layout. You may go into tiling, for instance. You may go into lighting installation. Or you can actually become an events manager. Or you can go into events management. People organize, they say, okay, we have an event at Interior Study. We want someone to organize it. Events management is not about providing music systems, PA, and so on. No. How do you organize the space for a wedding, for whatever people who are in interior landscape design? That is one of their areas. Of course, landscape design also has that. Some urban authorities actually have offices or contracted. I don't know what happens in Entebbe. Do you have such an office that deals with? So, it's here to address. You can go into a local authority as their landscape design. Someone to do landscape development and maintenance, gardening, and so on and so forth. I mentioned fashion design, and I need to caution you about this. When you enter into this program, you realize that actually fashion is not only about creating clothing. Clothing is just one component. And fashion is not about the tailoring skill. We need to take note of that. It is much further than that. There is design development, there is fashion development for the new age to come. There are also accessories related to fashion. Apart from clothing, you also get the knowledge and skill to develop accessories that are put from the head up to the toe. Shoes, bags, jewelry. There are people who specialize in that. You may say, for me, I'm not interested in clothing, but that is what I want to go into. Bag design, jewelry design, shoes, hats, and so on and so forth. So, fashion design. Of course, the key tool there is the ability and the skill to tailor. It is important, but it's not the only one, as I mentioned. You must also have the knowledge to initiate a design. Well, it might be far, but that is one of our fashion design studios at the university. Yeah, and you might also be amazed. You might think fashion is more into a girl-oriented. No, we have boys, a lot of them. Okay. As I mentioned, accessory design is part of the program. Okay. Careers there. If I join a career as whether the profession of fashion design, what prospects do I have? You may go into clothing design, you may go into accessory design, you may go into textile design. Okay? You can become a makeup artist. You might, right now, the film industry, which is picking up so much, has a lot to do with makeup artists. Have you met the people who call celebrities face to face? Oh my God. You might be surprised. The person you see on the screen might actually be different from the one you meet physically. Because before they go to the screen to shoot maybe a video for music or what, they do a background to make them up, you know. But you meet that person, so you can become a makeup artist, okay? And And I can assure you the prospects are there because that is one area which is expanding so fast. You can become a public relations person. One of the people who has been in fashion, but also somewhere in now public relations is a lady. I think this lady, she works with the General Salary. Sylvia Ward. She's in public relations a lot. I don't know. Somehow you can go into branding. You've been in school. I can see you have colleagues out there who have branded attire. You can go into that. Branding can be done in many ways. The traditional printing, embroidery, and other forms. If you are in the fashion and textile profession. Then lastly, are the commercial arts. Commercial arts is an area which really calls for a stronger orientation as an artist. You need to have that strong orientation as a painter, as someone who knows how to draw, someone who knows how to mold, sculpt also, to go into that area for sure. Okay? Now, these are the people who create the images that we see now because Intel, for instance, has a lot of tourist attractions. A lot of tourist-oriented art is also coming back. You move along there, near that hotel, artworks on sale. So, commercial art is an area. Now, careers where you become a great illustrator, you may go into animation because of that ability. You may go into monumental work, painting, sculpture, and so on. You can become an artist. I will still go back to what happens in the film industry. Normally, when someone writes a story, they request the producer to organize it. And sometimes what they do, have ever done that, they give you a script and you start drawing. So, okay, they say this one must be at the point where someone is going to kill, you know? So you illustrate that and you give it to the actors. They look at it and say, okay, let us do it this way. You understand? So if you can become a storyline artist for film productions, or you may become a commercial or commissioned artist. Someone say, I want a portrait, you do it. I want a painting of this, I want to give a gift, and so on and so forth. So, in a nutshell, that is what happens at the School of Commercial, Industrial and Design. My last word. Often people say, which is the best? I can assure you, the best in a profession lies with you. You find a person who is so successful with any of those, and someone who has free to move on with any of those. Because success partly starts with your entrepreneurial abilities. You have the knowledge, how do you use it? Thank you so much. We can do better.
From art, you have comprehensively elaborated all of us how big and wide and how important art is in each and every line that we don't need. We're designing all of our careers embedded into that. Thank you very much. With that, we still have the Dean from School of Science. We have the Dean School of Social Sciences, Education, and the Law.
My contacts 077 41 93